Hello from the river. I'm at the Chattahoochee, which is really about a 15-minute drive from my loft downtown Atlanta, and we love that. And I'm here to talk about something. This has probably been something I should have talked about a long time ago. I posted a photo of the outfit I'm wearing today on my Instagram story. And I got a comment saying, if you wanted to be taken more seriously as a professional, you should put some more clothes on. And first of all, if skin offends you, I'm not the therapist for you. I teach embodiment, I teach empowerment, I teach living embodied in your confident being. And I'm not going to shame myself for being embodied and for showing up that way and feeling really incredibly proud of my body for all that she has carried me through and for the way in which I take care of her. That is literal embodiment. And so who created this narrative that, especially as females, we're supposed to dress a certain way to be taken seriously? Who's that protecting exactly? I am not here for the patriarch to tell me that if I want to be a professional, I have to be clothed properly. I'm not here for it. I don't like women's bodies being policed, and I'm not about to let mine be in that. I will say I grew up in a very strict household. My mom was extremely conservative. We went to church 3 times a week. I wasn't allowed to watch or listen or talk to so many people. And one thing my mom never did was try to police or shame me for what I wore. In fact, it was quite the opposite. I remember one time in particular, I was wearing this really cute crop tank top and shorts, and it was pink and it had these little flowers on it. It was really just, if I had that outfit today, I'd still be wearing it because I'd probably still fit in it. And I remember telling my mom I felt a little uncomfortable by people looking at me in a store because I felt like they were judging me. And she just said, well, if you don't want people to look at you, then maybe wear something different. And I said, I don't feel bad about what I'm wearing. I feel bad because they were looking at me, making me feel bad. And she said, it's something that you'll have to live with. And if you can learn to be okay with people looking at you and seeing you in whatever you feel comfortable in, so be it. And honestly, body positivity was not a thing that was prevalent in my family. I grew up a lot with my mom and my aunt, neither of whom spoke highly of their bodies. And it's a shame because they are beautiful women who had capable bodies and they should have lived in reverence of it. But instead, there was a narrative that unless you looked a certain way, you should feel bad about your body. And that narrative was trickled down to me. And then when I moved to Atlanta, I got into modeling. And feeling bad about my body was definitely something that I inherited from all of that experience. And now I just feel so thankful for my body. She carries me so well, and I've take really good care of her. I pay attention to what I eat, and I move my body, and I'm very active, and I talk nicely to her, and I love her. And why would I try to hide her? And I always am thankful for my mom's ability to just let me be the free spirit that I am. She's never tried to shame me, and I'm not about to allow anybody on the internet to shame me for wearing the clothes that I live in the South. It's summer. It's 1,000,000 degrees, and I owe no one an explanation. If I am wearing shorts and a crop top or a bathing suit and I share a photo of myself, it doesn't mean that I have checked my professionalism at the door. Very serious about my career. I'm very serious about enriching people's lives. I'm very serious about the way in which I'm teaching people to come back home within themselves and to heal and to rewrite old stories. And none of my clothing choices take away from anything that I have to offer. And I also believe that was a message my mom instilled in me too, was that she wasn't worried about what I was wearing. She was worried about who I was being. What am I learning? How am I showing up in the world? She was more concerned with, am I treating people with love and fairness? Am I staying in victimhood, or am I learning the value of a lesson and to forgive? There was a lot of harm done to me by the way of men, and my mom was for sure not going to make me feel like the way I dress was the cause of that. And I'm forever thankful for that. And that's a message that I'm forever going to advocate for, because women should be able to wear whatever they want to, whenever they want to, and it's not for you. It's for us. It really is going to be my choice as to what am I feeling that day. And I think that's the power of clothes. That's why I like clothes so much. Not to get lost in the sauce that a person's clothing is not who they are. It's an expression of who they are. And this is my embodiment showing through my clothing choices. A message I have said a million times before is that I am not here to make anyone comfortable. Whenever I was a caregiver, people would often tell me that me sharing so much of Steve's life was making them uncomfortable. Me sharing so much of my vulnerable, I'm really wanting to strangle my husband, made people uncomfortable. Me actually taking care of myself and leaving the room and having a baby monitor made people uncomfortable. And I was always here to remind people, I'm not here to make you comfortable. That's not my job. And as a therapist, it is most especially not my job to make you comfortable. In fact, it's to teach you to learn to sit in what makes you uncomfortable and figure it out. So if I make you uncomfortable by the clothing I'm wearing, that says more about you than it does about me. When people feel cringy or uncomfortable when they witness somebody just being their most embodied self, that is an invitation for you to figure out what is blocking you from being embodied. So if me wearing little clothes makes you uncomfortable, I think it's an opportunity to ask yourself, why does it matter what I'm wearing? And why do you get to perceive that I am any less of a professional than you are because of the way in which I show up in my body? Ooh, was that so therapist of me to put it on you instead of it being my responsibility to figure out what that's about? Ha ha! If seeing a confident woman makes you think of them as any less than you because they're wearing a crop top and a short pair of shorts, I think the problem is less with their clothes and it's more so with your perception of how society believes that we as women are supposed to show up in the world. This is precisely how I would like to show up in the world. Hello? Will spark just a little bit more of a side note is that something that I have worked through a lot with sharing my life on the internet was I have a juxtaposition of please don't look at me and yes, please see me. I've spoken about this before, and I think where this stems from is when I can stop worrying about people's judgments and me perceiving people's judgments and all of the above, then I can recognize that being witnessed is the most powerful thing you can offer the world. For example, there's people walking. Hello. I'm making a video and they're seeing me. Is it a little embarrassing? Sure. But am I here to be seen? Absolutely. Absolutely. In all of me. There's no hiding. And I believe that the invitation is for y'all to get comfortable being seen as well, because that's when life really opens up for you. And as a girl who's had to work through this juxtaposition of, please don't look at me because I just want everyone to think I'm cool, versus now it's like, I am living embodied. And if that makes you uncomfortable and you don't think I'm cool, that's on you, boo-boo. The more women show up in that confident, yeah, I'm feeling myself, and energy, the more permission we create for others. I have had a long history of sharing my life on the internet. And having to ask myself, why do I need to post this right now, is a conversation that I have had to be honest with myself about. And there are times where maybe I'm doing it because I want somebody to see me looking cute. But also, I'm not here to shame myself for that. And 9 times out of 10 is because I'm just like, hey, guess what? I feel really great in this outfit, or really great in my body today. I came a long, long way to get here. And I am not about to shrink for anybody, but most importantly, I'm not about to shrink for my fear of what people are perceiving the way I'm showing up on the internet for. And so, yeah, and sometimes I'm on here because I want that guy that I'm talking to validate me, probably. But is what it is. Being embodied has never meant being perfect. And it just means showing up with where you're at right then and like embracing all of it and loving yourself in it. And so, yeah, am I sometimes posting for a guy's attention? Probably. But also, is that okay? Absolutely. Am I going to judge myself for it? No. Are you? Maybe. Is that my problem? No. I mean, let's just be so for real and just understand that a woman's confidence and the way in which she chooses to express it is 100% okay in whatever way it is. And none of it is stopping my evolution of me growing into the highest version of myself and me becoming even more embodied. It's all part of the process. I feel so good in my body, feeling healthy, truthfully. And I think that's probably what y'all are seeing. Caregiving broke me down so much physically, mentally, emotionally, all of the things. I felt disgusting in my body. I hated my face. I hit it with bangs and just, I was just completely broken by the whole experience. And this is a woman reclaiming her being and her essence and also being like, hey, I am natural. I don't dye my hair. I don't wear makeup unless I'm with my friends and they do it for me. I don't have Botox. I am embracing my aging process, and I'm also just really tending to my body. I have put a lot of energy into healing her from the absolute neglect that I put her through during caregiving. And so I'm so thankful that she didn't give up on me when I very damn near gave up on her. My reclamation sometimes can ruffle some feathers, but let it be an invitation instead. Come join me. I promise the teeny tiny clothed experience in the summer is a much more uncomfortable one than wearing all those clothes and hiding your body because it's hot. And I actually love the heat. It's humid because it can't decide if it wants to rain or if the sun wants to come out. And I'm calling the sun. Come on, sun. You can do it. I think that's it.